All right. Great. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. So, for everybody who might not know me, my name is Dan Bazarian. I've been serving as the interim executive director here at LTC for about 6 months at this point. Although there are some familiar faces here. I think some of you probably do know me, although you may only know me as that guy in the control room when Chris and Andrew aren't there. That's one of the things we do at LTC is we cover all the city meetings. But for folks who know us mostly for that, the other half of what we do is we use the stability that relationship with the city affords us to make the equipment that's necessary for media production, for TV shows, really for anything that folks would like to do, available to the community at the most affordable and accessible way we can. And I think that makes us sort of unique as a media institution. There are other AV production houses and TV stations, but I don't think, at least last time I checked, you can go into ABC 7 and take a camera with you out. Or at least Yeah, well, I wouldn't recommend it personally. Wouldn't recommend trying. But you can do that here at LTC, and I think Fru, who all of you, of course, know, and who approached me a few weeks back about doing this event, is a really great example of what can be done with access to that media. So many of the things that Fru has covered, that he's brought to the attention of people here in Lowell, are things that really nobody else could have. And so we're really honored to be hosting this event tonight. I'll keep this brief because I never had the privilege of meeting King Angwafo. So I'll cede the floor to folks who did, but I did just want to thank everybody for being here, and to thank you all for supporting LTC. So, Fru, if I can hand it off to you, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dan. LTC is really my home. I've been here since 1999, and I served on the board for almost around 10-15 years. So we try to take LTC to the community and bring the community to the LTC. And it gives me great pleasure that I have to, first of all, acknowledge your presence here. Means so much because there is so much going on around town that if you chose to be here, it's really humbling. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, I welcome each and every one of you. So today we will be celebrating the life of King Angwafo III. But who is King Angwafo III? King Angwafo III is an honorary member of the City Council here in Lowell. Since 2002, King Angwafo visited Lowell, and he was welcomed by then Mayor Honorable Rita Mercier, and made him an honorary member of the City Council and gave him the keys of the City Council, but not the treasury, keys of the treasury. So in 2007, Angwafo returned. He loved Lowell so much, he returned. Then he visited again the City Council and was welcomed by Honorable former Mayor Martin, who's seated behind you. And he was interviewed at this institution, and also he was also welcomed at the State House by Lieutenant Governor Jimmy Murray. So when he went missing by African tradition, by the Mankon tradition, the king never passes on. He is missing. So when he was missing, I thought that it is but befitting for me to inform the people of Lowell, to inform the City Council, who had welcomed him, met him, and there were so many people here in Lowell who welcomed him, to officially announce that he has moved on. So today, we are really here to celebrate his rich life. He was blessed. He lived for 97 years, and ruled for 63 years. I wish if I live 97 years, I would thank God Almighty. When the king goes missing, it is something which I thought that to bring to you, because we Africans, we bring Africa through us to share with the community. And Lowell is such a wonderful place, which I always say that if you really want to travel around the world in 7 days, come to Lowell and spend 7 days. You must have met anyone from all the continents in the world. And there is so much to love about Lowell. This video will actually take you to see the palace where the king came from here and was able to be part of us here. And then after the program here says we have brief remarks for people who met the king, like our councillor in Commercia and former mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the Mankon Palace, where His Royal Highness von Angwafo, or King Angwafo III, has ruled the Mankon Kingdom for 63 years. Walk with me to the palace and to the courtyard to see where King Angwafo came from, to travel across the Atlantic to the America. As custodian of the Mankon people, King Angwafo III of Mankon ascended to the throne in 1959 and ruled the Mankon Kingdom for 63 years before missing after a wonderful and successful life of 97 years. As custodian of African culture, Cameroon traditional culture, and the Mankon way of life and culture and tradition, King Angwafo did quite a lot to project a very, very good image of Africa, Cameroon, and Mankon. Through his initiative, the city of Bamenda became sister city with the city of Lowell in 2002. I invite you to come with me on this brief journey to discover the Mankon tradition, culture, and the Mankon Palace. Mankon people are noted for their generosity, hospitality, and outgoing. So please enjoy Mankon. Welcome to Mankon. Mankon is in the heart of Bamenda. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to celebrate and pay tribute to His Royal Highness King Angwafo III of Mankon, the honorary member of the Lowell City Council since 2002. Thank you.
Thank you for coming here. It is my honor, Your Highness, to present you with a citation on behalf of my colleagues in government and the city side as well as the school side. Be it hereby known to all that the City of Lowell and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts hereby names His Royal Highness King Angwafo III, honorary citizen of the City of Lowell, Massachusetts. The entire, yes, honorary citizen. The entire city is delighted to welcome His Royal Highness as our special guest visiting from Mankon, Cameroon, Central Africa. It is a pleasure and honor to have this individual visiting the city of Lowell and wishes him the best for continued success given this 28th day of May, the year 2002, by me, Mayor Rita Mercier, on behalf of my colleagues in government. It is also my pleasure to present you, Your Highness, with the key to the city of Lowell. And this is the key to the city of Lowell right here. It will not open our treasurer's safe, but it is for you, as well as our emblem, our city hall here that you're visiting now that says Lowell, Mass. With our American flag. It is an honor and a privilege for you to be here this evening, Your Highness. As I will tell you, Your Highness, this is the city of Lowell, Massachusetts, the all-American city, a city of destination, and you've traveled a long way, and I hope that this city greets you with the hospitality that we're noted for. We are a very diverse community in the city of Lowell. We have many ethnic people that come here of different cultures and traditions. We embrace everyone into the fabric that is weaved so beautifully into our city. And so we welcome you on behalf of the city. We welcome you here, and please say a few words for us, Your Highness.
The city manager, city council members, the government of Lowell, ladies and gentlemen here present, it is a great honor for me to be in your midst today. It is a wonderful incident that I should come just at the important moment to attend your council session. My purpose of coming to America, and in particular to your city, is to visit some of my subjects who were educated here and who are a part of the council, the citizens here now. When I take stock of the few with you who have come through the school in this city, I am thinking of Kimber C. Patrick, Atama and St. George, Fru Kimber, Patrick Gogomo, Vincent T. and John Atama. In addition to those still schooling here, who number over 50, I felt very delighted to know where Lowell is and this famous Massachusetts University. That is why I came here. I was pleasantly surprised that they're working hand in gloves with this city council. I have to thank you very much for the way you have received them and make them members of this city council. I'm impressed with the honor you've given me this evening. It goes to strengthen the link between your country and my country, and in particular, between the Massachusetts Institute here and my family. It is a great link which we have to nurture and to let it continue. And it opens a bigger avenue for more Cameroonians to come and study in your city under these favorable conditions I have discovered. I thank you for your kindness, I thank you for the reception you've given me. I thank you for the good wishes you have for my country and America. America is a great country. We learn not only from schools. I have come here to learn myself, to see what I hear, and I am satisfied that this is a fertile ground for a more permanent, lasting friendship. I thank you, Mr. Manager. I thank you, city councilors. I thank you, citizens of Norway. We have more days ahead. I hope I will make further visits in the future. And I can assure you that the place is favorable for more of my citizens to come here. Expect more students from Cameroon. And in memory of this occasion, Madam Manager, here is a gift of greetings from Cameroon.
Thank you very much, Your Royal Highness. I really appreciate that, and I cherish it always. And I want to say that the people that are with you are beautiful. They have such wonderful costumes on, and it's very festive, and it livens up this place where we always have a dull, drab suits, and so you really brightened up the place. Thank you very much.
A special guest this evening is King Angwafo from the Mankon region of Cameroon in West Africa. This is the King's second visit to the city of Lowell. He was here a few years ago when Councilor Rita Mercier was the mayor of the city, and he is back in the United States, and his group that he is visiting with requested that they come and he be able to greet us this evening. So we want to welcome King Angwafo. Thank you for being with us this evening. If you would you like to share some greetings with us?
Dear councillors, ladies and gentlemen, greetings from Cameroon. As you've been told, I was here 5 years ago. I'm back a second time. I'm glad to be received by you, the councillors of Lowell. In my first visit, I met Mrs. Rita. She was mayor then. I was received in like manner as I'm received today. I fell in love with your council. I requested that my own council, the Bamenda Council, be linked to this council. I have come today to remind you of the wishes I expressed then, that your council should be twinned to the Bamenda Council. I'm happy that once more you have given me the opportunity to greet you, to thank you for the reception you gave me last time, and to appreciate the gesture you've made now. It is my hope that my council will be twinned to your council, and in the future, we shall work together. America is a leading nation. My country was once a colonial country ruled by the British and the French. After independence, we have come to know America. We have diplomatic links with America. And in the present situation, where the world is becoming a global village, my council should make this a sister village. You have been many years independent. You have worked hard. You have gained experience. We got our independence in 1960, and we can rely on your experience, your cooperation, and assistance. If the two councils were twinned, you will know us better. We will know you better. And like an experienced and early brother, you give us a helping hand in our efforts to develop ourselves. We have many things to learn from America. That is why, in my second visit to America, where many of my subjects are resident, some working, some schooling, I cannot go back without paying visit to this council to renew my wishes with the loyal council. Now, I am here in remembrance of this occasion, Mr. Mayor. I have to present you with greetings from Bamenda. I've also brought a letter from my delegate. You had received communication from us since I left this place. Yes, that's your letter.
Who's it from?
My delegate is equivalent to the mayor.
Read these greetings from the Urban Council in Bamenda. And we have this gift which will hang in the mayor's office. And the greetings are, I wish to refer to our friendship letter and the signing of the twinning agreement of 5 November 2002 and November 15, 2002, and 20 of June 2003, and would like to convey to the Lord Mayor and his citizens of your beautiful city love and greetings from the people of the municipality of Bamenda and my very humble self. Pray God Almighty to guide and strengthen our relationship for the building of bridges of love and friendship between North and South. May this friendship cooperation bear the expected results for citizens of our two cities. While I wish you great success in God's care at the service of your people, kindly accept with our best regards, Governmental Delegate, Bamenda Urban Council. And we too feel likewise, and we extend our greetings back to your council, and we will certainly, before you leave town, have a similar communication. King, you've set a good example for us to follow with our relationships with other cities and other countries, and we certainly welcome and are very humbled by your visit here to Lowell, Massachusetts. Thank you for sharing part of this evening with us.
Sure.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
So do I.
Yeah. Did you get in okay?
When I first met you, I saw in you some signs of dynamism.
Oh,
I said, this young man will go places.
oh, thank you. That's kind
And
of
I'm happy my predictions come true.
Oh, yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No.
We got, it's a little book about John Adams, one of our early presidents, and one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. And gang, thank you for your kindness and support. Like John Adams, we both now have a Boston and Worcester connection. All the best to the people of Cameroon, from the citizens of Massachusetts. Yours truly, Lieutenant Governor Tim Barr.
All rulers are students. They have to learn
Right.
in order to improve their situation. So we have to make some discovery.
This tradition, when there's a new governor, they decide which portrait they would like to have hung over the fireplace. And he chose Governor Andrew because he was the governor of Massachusetts during the Civil War. And the story is, in the Civil War, there was a famous regiment, military regiment from Massachusetts, which was all black soldiers. And it was the first regiment of black soldiers in the Union Army, and it started because there was a neighborhood that was down the street in the 1850s and 60s that was black merchants who had, they made leather goods, and they were blacksmiths, the metal and everything. And one day, right before Thanksgiving, I think one of the merchants came up and invited the governor to come spend Thanksgiving dinner with him. And from there he said, if you were interested, they told the governor that there would be freed slaves and people who would be interested in serving in the Union Army, and that's where he got the idea. And the famous monument that's at the bottom, right across from the Common, talks about that regiment. So that's why he put Governor Andrew there. So this is Douglas Wilder, who was the first African-American governor in the United States. So he came up for the swearing in when we got sworn in and Governor Patrick got sworn in. Only the second. So, and who knows? Sure now, if we could have our first African-American president-elect. And the Bible that he took the oath on was the Mendi Bible. And the story of the Mendi Bible is that it was the Amistad John Quincy Adams, the son of John Adams, argued there was a slave boat, and the slaves revolted and took over the boat. And there was a movie made out of it in the book, but John Quincy Adams tried the case, and the slaves were freed. And as a present to John Quincy Adams, they gave him that Bible, which is at the Historical Archives, and they took it up. They took it out especially that day so the governor could take the oath of office on it.
Well, at this point, I think we've really seen that King Angwafo was not only part of Lower, but he was really welcome in the state. So it explains why we are here today. For the two people who welcome King Angwafo the third year, I think it will be humbling for them to share their thoughts about the king and send their wishes to the people of Africa, Cameroonians who are in this city, and in particular the people of Bamenda, whom we have a sister city with them, as well as the people, the kingdom of Mankon. After our two speakers, I'll just share a little bit of tradition, African tradition that you have never seen before when the king passes on. And so that you know a little bit of that. So at this moment, I would like to call former mayor and current city councilor, and I would say our Mankon queen here in Lowell, what the king said to say a speech. You're very welcome.
Well, thank you very much to all of you who spent time and out of your very busy schedule to come here and pay tribute to a king that was by far unbelievable. And he was just a gracious, humble, most thankful human being. First, let me just say, this is a city we're very, very rich. We're not rich in money, we're rich in ethnic diversity. We have all nationalities that come to the city of Lowell, and we open our arms, our city hall, our hearts to everyone that comes here. And I don't know when anyone ever realizes that we had the opportunity to have visit us a king from another country. It was just an honor to know that I was representing the city as the mayor in 2002, and we were gonna meet a king. That doesn't happen every day. So we were very excited and very thrilled to meet this wonderful, wonderful man. And if you notice when you watched the film and you saw different things about it, you picked up different things. I picked up how they are religious people. How many times did they mention God? So I know that Heather can appreciate that very much, and so could I. You could feel the love that this man had for our city, for his people, to think that he came all the way here to see people that were from Cameroon, that traveled all the way and made Lowell their home. What an honor for the people that were Cameroonians. I just thought that was amazing. So being the mayor at that time was quite an honor to represent the city and welcome the king. But then again, he came back. So we must have made some sort of an impression, because in 2007, when Bill Martin was our mayor, it was just magnificent to know that he liked us that much, that he would think of us again and come back. I couldn't imagine it. It was just so wonderful. I knew he was coming, but I didn't know the exact day that he was coming. So I have to tell you this story, because I can tell you that the feeling that I had for this man and his wife and the people that were surrounding him, he just respected them so much. There was a mutual respect there. But to tell you the lighter side of this gentleman, it was unbelievable. So in 2007, I knew he was coming, but I didn't know he was exactly there. It was a Tuesday. We were having a city council meeting, and I was walking up the stairs and took a right down the hall to go to the city council chambers, and someone said, "Hey," one of the Cameroonian people was a Lowellian, but he was Cameroonian, and he said, "Please come on in." He said, "King Angwafo is here." I said, "What? He's here tonight? Oh my goodness." So I went in and I said, "Oh, Your Royal Highness, thank you for being here. Thank you again." I gave him a big hug, and he said, "I will address you." That's what I thought he said, "I will address you," which I thought meant that he would come to the city council chamber and address all the people there. So as he's passing out gifts, and he gives a gift to the mayor, he had a gift for me. He didn't mean he would address the council. He meant he was going to dress me. And this is the dress that he dressed me with. You see what I'm saying? So I wore this tonight in honor of the king, because he gave this to me. The king gave me this. I mean, it's one thing to know a king, but that he gave you some garments, I couldn't believe it. So I just want to tell you that I'm so honored to be here tonight. I'm honored to know Fru, who is a remarkable gentleman and representative of the Cameroonian community. I'm so honored to be a friend. Thank you for inviting me this evening. I didn't know we were going to see these beautiful pictures. It brought back memories of a time when I was young. So I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of it. And you could be anywhere else tonight, but you chose to be here. I'm honored that you thought enough to come here to pay respect to the King. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilor Rita. You always warm my hand. And you know, like I said, it's quite humbling and a privilege to have two former mayors to accept my call. That means that they value that transatlantic relationship, that royal relationship, that they welcome our king here. So the next person who actually had a good conversation with the king is our former mayor, Bill Martin. Please, could you share your thoughts to the Mankon people and to everyone?
Thank you, Fru, for organizing this remembrance of King Angwafo, and thanks to all of you for being here in remembrance of the King. As has been documented, I was the mayor in 2007 during the King's visit, and it really is, sort of speaks, I think, as a testament not only to the King and the people of Cameroon in Africa, but the people of Lowell, who are welcoming of immigrants from all over the world and visitors from all over the world. So it was really a special occasion and very humbling to hear from King Angwafo. We were able to learn, for example, that the King became a member of Parliament really at the dawn of Cameroonian independence, right in the early 1960s, and served in Parliament for almost 3 decades, which is very unusual for a king, right? So in that respect, the King was sort of a bridge from the past in the colonial and royalty days in Africa to the Cameroonian democracy that he was there for the inception of and devoted a major portion of his life to. And I'm hopeful that that's part of the reason why he was so interested in coming to America and coming to Lowell to learn about our democratic traditions. And he expressed some openness and willingness to learn how we do it here and to have the sister city relationship that we established. So all those things are sort of what makes a community sort of special and unique and prosper and grow. So certainly I was proud to be the mayor during that time, and I know Mayor Mercier feels similarly that we are welcoming to people from all over the world, and to the Cameroonian immigrants here in the city. Sure, it was a real honor to have your king visit, and he acknowledged that there were people from Cameroon and Lowell, and was grateful to the people of Lowell for the reception that they gave him. I know the king was a spiritual man, a spiritual leader, and an educated leader of the people of Mankon. And in recent years, sort of an advocate for peace too. During times of strife and violence, was always calling on the government to pursue peaceful resolution of disputes in Cameroon. So I take that as a fond and humble memory of my time meeting King Angwafo, and certainly to the people of Cameroon. On behalf of the people of Lowell, we're very sorry of your loss, and we're happy that but respectful that we could pay our respects to your leader and your king here in the city of Lowell. So thanks all of you for being here to share this time with us and share with the people from Cameroon who are here in Lowell. And I think this message will go back to Cameroon, where the king served for so many decades. Thanks for letting me be a part of it, and thank you, Fru. for organizing.
Thank you very much for gracing the occasion, Bill. Thank you. Your presence means a lot. I'd like also to recognize our school committee member, Eileen, who is sitting here, and also my city council in my district.
Oh, rather, yeah.
I also like to recognize the presence of the only elected Cameroonian to serve as a city councillor and also run for mayor of Somerville, Wilfred Bach. At this moment, I'd like to share a little bit about our culture and how we mourn the king. When the king passes on, that period, the kingdom is mourning. The king who is missing had already appointed his successor. The elders just grabbed the successor and he's off the public. Nobody knows where he is until at some point he will be introduced to the public. During that time of mourning, everyone has wood ash rubbed on their body. And then there is a shrine, a screen by the palace, where everyone goes there and claims themselves, bidding farewell to the old and embracing the present and the future. After bathing from that stream, you see everyone comes in their traditional regalia, beautiful, everything. Now we are welcoming the new king with the present and with the future. So that is really part of the culture that has been handed out for thousands of years and has actually instituted discipline about something that we've never seen before. When you talk of Bamenda, that our sister city relation, Mankon is in the heart of Bamenda. Bamenda is like Boston. I say Boston because Boston is the center of education. So Bamenda too has that connection as Boston.
I have a question in terms of like, where does it come that he's gone and
I'm saying that that's a very, very good question. American will say the king died.
right?
Africans and Cameroonians and Mankon people will say the king is missing.
Yes, I thought we were looking for him. I really did.
But that's a tradition. You say it that way. You will say that the king died. But we will say that the king is missing because the king is, his spirit, no, he's not dead because the kingdom continues. Well, with time, you will eventually be talking of King Angwafo the fourth, not King Angwafo the third.
Sons and daughters of Mankon in the northwest region of Cameroon on June 7, 2022, turned out massively to witness the coronation of their new traditional ruler, Fon Angwafo IV. The coronation follows a 7-day mourning period declared on June 1st by the Traditional Council after the former traditional ruler, Fon Angwafo III, disappeared on May 15, 2022. Fon Angwafo IV becomes the 21st traditional ruler of the people of Mankon.
The kingdom of Mankon is located in the heart of Bamenda, in the northern region of Cameroon, Central Africa. By culture and norms of the tradition of the Mankon people, when the Fon or king disappears or passes on, there is a mourning period. During that time, the subjects of Mankon rub themselves with wood ash to show that that is a mourning period. During this time, there are no official celebration, and this is also an indication that the people are sad and that the monarch or the king has gone missing. During the mourning period, the new king will be chosen amongst the princesses who is the son of the missing king. When the new king is chosen, the mourning period will gradually end, and the subjects will go to the shrine, which is a stream or a small river by the palace, and everyone will bathe themselves clean to welcome the new king and bid farewell to the past and the old king, and also celebrate the present and the future with the new king on the throne. As a sign of humility, the new king, as a commoner, getting his power from the people, will also have wood ash on his body, and during that period he will also go through the passage, initiation into his new position as the king. From the ceremonial ground, the new king will be stoned and he will run through the courtyard to the palace. That means receiving his power from the people. And from that moment, he becomes the ruler of the Mankon people, and no one can shake hands with the king. That also shows humility, that out of the community, the king gets his power and support to rule over his people benevolently and implore God Almighty to guide him and provide him the wisdom to govern. So is the Mankon tradition, and therefrom, after people bathe themselves, they dress in their traditional regalia, dance, celebrate, and introduce the new king to the world, and the celebration continues. And so it has been for generation upon generation, and that is the Mankon tradition passed on through generation. Thank you. I'd like to welcome our Lord Mayor here. Mayor Harry is behind. You're welcome, sir. I'd also like to welcome our city manager, Mr. Golden, and also the city councilor. Your presence is really well appreciated. Mayor, I think you're welcome. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and this is a quick presentation of your king and your culture. I've been thinking the first time I met through what he spoke about, that the king is missing, and I was trying to understand what that means because of the English language, my understanding, but as you know, Fru has a complete mastery of the English language. So it was on me trying to figure out what does it mean when he said the king is missing. And I did not want to ask through what that meant because I did not want to show that my English was that much weaker. And I'm also the mayor. And as I try to understand more and more, when you talk about the king is missing, the king is missing from the people's minds. The people is missing from the people's hearts. So he was a very special king, a very special leader to the people. And that's meaningful when you say somebody is missing. That does not mean that person is gone forever. That person, that leadership is inside you. That person is in your mind, that person is in your heart, and that person continue to be in your body and your soul. And on behalf of the city tonight, on behalf of the city manager, Tom Golden, the city councilor, Rita Lucia, Paul Yam, Corey Robinson, as well as the councilors who are not here, we truly value your friendship and your engagement through in our city of Lowell, but also the special relationship that we have in your country. So we're here tonight to revive and continue that relationship with Fru and with the city of Bamenda. And so we present this special gift to Fru and the people of Bamenda today. And I would like to briefly read these phrases that has been well thought of, put together by the city manager and by the entire city council. In memory of His Royal Highness of Angwafo III, son and honorary member of the Lowell City Council, in recognition of the sister city relationship between the city of Lowell and the city of Bamenda, established by vote of the City Council November 5th, 2022, revive our relationship and to forever our relationship. Mr. Fru. So the council members come up for a photo. And Mr. City Manager. And also my colleague on the school committee, Linda Rossi.
Mr. Manager, Honorable Mayor and City Councilors and people of Lowell and everyone here present, I accept this presentation for the people of Africa, sons and daughters of Cameroon, the Mankon people, and in particular, the transatlantic relationship that His Royal Highness King Angwafo III visited the city of Lowell and built that bridge uniting the people of Bamenda, the city of Bamenda, with this wonderful city of Lowell, which is now my place of residence. So you would see that from my place of the cradle of my birth to Lowell, that I've spent more time here in Lowell than where I was born. And for the mayor and the city councilor, and I could also see our state representative, Rana Howe, who just walked in. It gives me, and I speak for all the Africans, for all the Cameroonians, for all people from Bamenda. And Bamenda and Lowell are twins. This sign that I hold is bigger than these. And it represents that transatlantic bridge that we will nurture and let it flourish. So for the people of Baminda and the people of Lower, from the bottom of our hearts, I truly say thank you very much. I would like also to welcome Councillor Rodney Elliott. He just walked in, but he is now our state rep. And you are one of those people who welcomed the king on 2 occasions. So you know the king very well. If I would not miss this opportunity for you to share your thoughts with the Mankon people who will be watching you.
No, it's an honor to be here. And when there are events, I show up. I think it's important, whether it was, a sign of solidarity when things are not happening correctly in your country. It was a peace march that I was proud to join, as well as welcoming the king, and that's the importance and the significance of not only being an elected official in Lowell, but just being a Llewellyn, that we welcome, we stand up for justice and what's right for clearly here in the United States, but also in other countries. And we've done that, and we'll continue to do that. I think you're a wonderful representative for your community. You're a part of the city and participate in all of the events and the progress of our city. So it's wonderful for me to be here. And we have Mayor Marcia, Zachary Chow, and it's just a wonderful honor when we get to welcome dignitaries and show off our city and why Lowell is a melting pot and how we work and we embrace each other. So thank you for having me. It's wonderful to be here. Certainly be just a member of the community to join your community at your events. And because it came out of the community, they certainly have welcomed me, and I know all of my my colleagues or people in the city. So thank you for having me. It's wonderful to be here, and it was an honor to welcome the king and to be part of your community. So thank you.
I would like to welcome my mentor, and I would say the brain, the wisdom, who keeps me going, Professor John Coban. John, who is a professor of UMass Dartmouth. So at this moment, please, I have the only Cameroonian and the only citizen from Baminda who has held public office in this state. I would like him to say a few words, former councillor and also the mayor of Somerville candidate.
Wow. I want to say I'm really grateful to be here. Just witnessing this occasion, I see Lower as the epicenter of the African community, not just Cameroon. So I'm really grateful, for everything that you're doing to, I call him like my friend, my dad, my uncle, Nifu, that's how I call him. They say home is where you feel at home. And so I've seen like a true meaning of what that means. It exemplifies that, I'm just full of gratitude. So words of gratitude can only have expressed my appreciation for all what has happened tonight. So I got inspired by him a lot. Like I served 2 terms on the city council in Somerville. They ran for mayor last fall and, fell short in the final election, but was #1 in the primary. But I want to say, I feel like I should move to Lower, but I can't right now, but I mean this is like, I'm just grateful for the opportunity, and I want to say thank you for everything. Thank you.
Well, I would not really finish this without paying tribute to my spiritual mentors, Pastor Heather and Pastor Wayne Wheeler. When things go rough, those are people that I call to put me down and actually say some few words that uplift me. So I would like to recognize and acknowledge all of you for what you've always done to me. Our state rep is Vanna Howe. She's like a sister to me, and she has never said no to any request that I give her. Could you just come up and say some few words?
This is, I have known through going back to when I went to work for Congresswoman Kisongas. And so we actually, through reach out to Congressman Songa's office and also reach out to you when you were the mayor to deal, with the issues back home. And so I think we worked on that issue for many, many years, and that's how I met you. And now we're going back almost 20 years, a long time. And so he's now more than not just a friend, but he's, a brother, right, that I can always reach out to. And we're now more than just, colleagues, really. We're friends, brothers and sisters. And so the last event we went to, it was over at the Hellenic Academy. You were there. I remember some of you, and you were there, Mayor Marcia. It was so much fun to learn so much about your culture, more because I have a friend from Cameroon for about 20 years too. But that was the first night that I learned so much more about your culture that I end up staying past midnight, okay? So but it's such an honor to be invited, to be, participate in this wonderful evening with the community and with you. And it's an honor to know you, to know the Cameroon community, and to know your beautiful culture. And so thank you for having me be a part of this wonderful, wonderful tribute to King Angwafo III. Yes. Correct. Thank you very much.
Since I have the powerhouse of Lowell here, I would like to use this opportunity also to say that a son of Lowell has acted his first movie here in Lowell. And that son last name bear my last name. So his movie will premiere at the cinema on Saturday the 3rd, starting at 1 o'clock till 8 p.m. His name is Anye Ntarala Kimbe. He's my third son. He was the president of Lowell High. And just to say that Lowell is home, he debuted in his film production here in Lowell, and he shot it in Lowell.
December 3rd, Family Feud. Look it up.
Yes. I would like to call Professor Fobajo, who is really a mentor to all of us, the Africans here, really give the remark about this occasion, because he's also a notable of within the Mankon kingdom.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so heartwarming to have all of you down here at Harvard campus. You go there and you talk to any anthropologist, they will remind you that there is evidence on Harvard campus that says all of us came from the same great-great-great-grandmother who was an African. Whether you're an Asian, an Irish, or British, or we all come from the same great-great-grand ancestor. This evidence down at Harvard here. So it's heartwarming that you all took time, your busy schedules, to come and really pay tribute to Fon Angwafo. So it was not just about fun, it was not just the fun of Mankon, it's our fun. And what a coincidence. This week, as we pay tribute to the fun of Mankon, there is another royalty visiting our area. So there's something very particular, very unique about our region, our area. For Angwafo, he was the first African king who served under the British, served under the French, and first educated, university educated Fon. You go across Africa, from South Africa down to up to Egypt. He was the first person. He was an agronomist by training, had a university degree in agronomy, and today Cameroon is self-sufficient in food. Actually, we export food to Nigeria, to neighboring countries, because of the contribution that he made to agriculture in Cameroon. We are so very proud and thankful that you came to pay him tribute. It is our hope. Much of what you're doing now is documented. The Fon, before he passed away, he built a major museum in the palace. Someday, hopefully, some of you will have the opportunity to visit the palace. When you visit, you will all see your names, see your pictures, in that museum. As Fru said earlier, in our culture, the Fon doesn't die. The Fon disappears and then reappears in the form of his successor. Just as Queen Elizabeth disappeared last year and then reappeared in the form of the new King of England. So that's similar culture. So thank you again so much. We look forward to someday welcoming all of you to Cameroon. Thank you.
Well, this occasion cannot end without me really thanking LTC for what they do in the community. LTC is our window to the world. And what they do is noticed around the world. We take Lowell to the world through LTC. And whatever we do here, we really don't appreciate a lot of what the staff do. All what we do here can only work well because of wonderful staff. And from the bottom of my heart, Dan and your wonderful staff, I'd like to say thank you very much for what you do for the city. And that we should also continue that giving attitude that you reach out to all of us. So again, I want to value your precious time, and that it's just, I am speechless. The Mankon people, our African community, and mankind is good enough because we come together and celebrate.
Hey, I'm Mayor Johnson.
That's pretty.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Hey, how are you?
It's been too long. I think so.
Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, it's good to see you. How was your son? He is busy.